Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. So today we will see that there is any change in effect of force with the area of contact. Okay, so when you are taking a pen or a pencil and pushing it into your palm, you will see that there is existing some less pressure, right? When you are pushing the same thing into your the pointed end into your palm, then you will see that there is some more pressure taking place, right? So mm, uh, for example, if I'll tell you one more, like why the potters place a turban under their pot when they carry up on their head, they'll carry the pot now. Beneath that they'll keep one cloth, isn't it? Why they'll keep that when they have to carry the heavy loads? We have our school bags, we will see that there are broad strips on the handles, or the shopping bags or the carry bags or whatever it is, when we will carry the uh, clothes and all. Okay, have you ever wondered why the lorries carrying the heavy loads have a large number of broader tires? So in these examples, you might have noticed that the effect of force depend on the area of contact which the force is acting. So when there is a decrease in the area of contact of force or or load, then the effect of force increases. Okay, when there is a decrease in the area of contact of force, see, whenever there is a decrease in the area of contact, there is increase in the effect of force. Okay, wherever there is decrease in the effect of sorry area of contact, that there is an increase in the force. For that is, pressure is equal to force by area. Okay, for this I'll give you one more example. We will take two trays. Okay, these are filled with the sand particles. Okay, we have filled this with sand. What we are doing, we are keeping one brick, same size, same shape, same weight. One we are keeping horizontally, one we are keeping vertically. So whatever, see, once is sinking equally, both the bricks are sinking equally in the tray. Is it like that? No, na. Why? Even though they are having same mass, that is same weight, they are not sinking equally. One is lying horizontally, one is lying vertically. Right? You may notice that the brick standing vertically sinks deeper in the lime or the sand powder than the brick lying standing horizontally. Right? Since the masses of both the bricks are similar, the forces applied on the sand is same in both the trays. The masses is same. The difference lies in the surface area. Here you can see less surface area is covered, and here more surface area is covered. Right? In the contact area on which force is acting is different in each case. Right? The depth to which the brick sinks in the first tray is deeper than the brick sinks in the second tray, isn't it? So this is because the contact area or the surface area on which force is acting is similar. Hence the pressure exerted by the brick is more. The contact area or the surface area on which the force acting is larger. Okay, the pressure exerted is more by the brick, and the contact area on which force is acting is larger. Hence the pressure exerted by the brick is less. Here the pressure exerted by the brick is less, whereas here the pressure exerted is more. Okay, for example, if I tell you a knife, we will take a knife. Okay, we will take a knife. So you'll see that this blunt area is not so sharp. This is not used in cutting the vegetables, whereas this sharp area is used in cutting the vegetables. Why like that? Because here the area of contact is more. Here, because it is very sharp, the area is very less. Okay, the area here is very less. You can see that the sharp area here is sharp side of the knife will exert more pressure than the blunt side. Okay, whatever force we are applying on both the sides is more. Here again the force will require more. Here force is required is less when compared to the blunt side, but it is the pressure is more here than the pressure on the blunt side. So we can cut the vegetables easily, and because the surface of area is less here, when you compare both the sides, you see that they are little bit fat here and this is very thin, isn't it? That's why this is having low area, okay, low area of contact, whereas this is having more area of contact. Okay, more area of contact. That's why the blunt area will require more pressure. It will have less pressure. Sorry, it will have less pressure. Sorry, the blunt area will have more pressure, whereas the sharp area will have less pressure. Okay, so here the vegetables will be cut easily, isn't it? So from the above examples we can say that for a given force, if the surface area is smaller, the pressure will be greater. So here the surface area is small, that's why the pressure exerted is more, whereas if you have a larger area, then the pressure exerted will be less. If you use a large area, you are spreading out the force and the pressure is becomes very smaller. So with this we complete our first lesson, that is force. Okay, I hope you all have understood the topic till here. So we have learnt force, push, pull, contact force, force at a distance, field force, and friction force, muscular force, gravitational force, magnetic force, electrostatic force, net force, magnitude, equilibrium, normal force, tension, state of motion, pressure, free body diagram. So what we have learned all the points, once I'll give a reading. Okay, force is a push or pull. A force can contact an object with or without being in a contact with it. A force acting on a body is either a contact force or a force acting at a distance. Field is a region influenced. If an object is kept at any point in the region is influenced by it. Friction is the force that opposes relative motion surface in contact. The attractive force between any two massive objects is called as gravitational force. The force which exerts by using our muscles is called as muscular force. The magnetic force attracts a magnetic material such as iron, but it either attracts or repels another magnet. As we have learned about south and north pole, that like north gets repel and south gets repel, and north south gets attracted and south north gets attracted. The force exerted by a charged body on the another charged body is called as electrostatic force. The force has a magnitude as well as direction. The algebraic sum of all the forces acting on a body is called as net force, and it is denoted by F net. A force can change the state of a motion of an object. A force may cause a change in the shape of an object. A force acting perpendicularly on a unit area of a surface is called as pressure. So with this we complete the first lesson, force. So I hope you all have understood the topics. All the best. Take care. We'll be back with the next video. Until then, please like and subscribe the channel.